Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? This is Ashar Khan from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota, and students, I hope that you are all very safe at home and following the COVID-19 procedures. Chapter 1 of Economics, the story of village Palampur. Student, in this chapter you learnt about a village Palampur and its occupations, the people who were occupied in several jobs in there. Okay, so let us go through this. See, farming is the main activity of Palampur. Palampur is a small village, and what is the main activity of Palampur? It is farming. That means most of the people who live in Palampur are engaged in agricultural activity. Other activities include dairy and animal farming. They also have dairy and animal farming, means they rear animals, okay, for dairy products and other animal products which are obtained from animals such as wool, meat and skin. Then other non-farming activities, means there are some activities which are not related to farming. They are small scale manufacturing. What are small scale manufacturing? It means cottage industries, like some women, they sew at home, right? That is a small scale industry, cottage industries. Then we have transport and shopkeeping, okay? Next point, the requirement for productions of goods and services are, means goods and services अगर आपको produce करने हैं, अगर आपको एक factory में goods और service देना है, तो आपको 4 चीज़ों की ज़रूरत होती है. You require these 4 things, which is land. That means a place where you can build your factory. That is, second is labor. Labor are the people who work there. Then physical capital are required, such as raw materials, water and other stuff. Then we have human capital, means the people who will be working there. Okay, we'll learn about human capital as well in a bit. Now, next thing you need to remember is multiple cropping. What is multiple cropping? Look at this here. Multiple cropping means that more than one crop is raised on the same piece of land. Means a farmer has a piece of land, but on that piece of land he is growing more than one crop. Okay, so that is called multiple cropping, when a farmer grows more than one crop on a single piece of land at one particular time. Then HYV seeds and chemicals are used in modern farming methods. Now, as technology is improving, so are our farming methods. Earlier people used to use old tools, but now we have modern tools like tractors and threshers. So one of the many things that we use today in our farming method is chemical and HYV seeds. HYV seeds are high yielding variety seeds which are genetically engineered to produce more crop. Yield, and now what is yield? Yield is measured as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. A farmer, एक किसान जो है, उसने अपने खेत में जो फसल उगाई है, that is called yield. Crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. Students, now take up your books or hold your pencils ready, because we are going to be marking the internal questions of this chapter. Okay, so first on page number 1, it is already written here, you can look at your screen. Page number 1, write, you have blank space here, write what is the main activity in Palampur. Okay, our first internal question of chapter 1 is, what is the main activity in Palampur? You will write this question on page number 1. It's a very simple answer. You will find the answer on the first line of second paragraph. Okay, in your book, first line of second paragraph is there. Farming is the main activity in Palampur. Okay, what is the main activity in Palampur? Farming. Means most of the people are engaged in agricultural activity in Palampur. I hope you mark this. You can pause your video if you need time to write the questions. Now, the second question, the second internal question of this chapter, you will find it on page number 1. Okay, what is the second question? The second question is asking you to name some non-farming activities, means activities which are not related to farming, right? So, you will mark the answer on page number 1 only. Come to the last paragraph, okay? Come to the last paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, mark the answer on the 5th line of this paragraph, okay? Last paragraph, 5th line, word is written here, non, okay? Non-farming activities include small manufacturing, transport, shopkeeping, etc. You can mark this in your book as well. Last paragraph of this page number 1, 5th line, non-farming activities include small manufacturing, transport, shopkeeping, etc. Okay? Moving on to the next question. What is the aim of production? You have to write this question on page number 2. Question number 3, is asking you to write the aim of production. Supposedly अगर मैंने एक फैक्ट्री बनाई है, right? If I am opening a factory, what should be my aim? What should be the aim of production? मेरा goal क्या होना चाहिए? That's what is the question is asking. So mark this answer. If you have written this question on the blank space given on page number 2, mark this answer the very first line of this chapter. Okay, first paragraph, first line. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. A factory's aim of production क्या होना चाहिए उसका? To produce goods and services that we. Who are we here? Customer. Customer को जो चीजें चाहिए, जो services, जो goods चाहिए, that should be the aim of production, to provide goods and services to the customers. Okay, I hope you mark this question. Now on page number 2. On page number 2 only, mark another question. Write the question, name the factors of production. Name the factors of production. Okay, write this question. Now mark it on page number 2. Here is a picture given. On page number 2, there is a picture given. Just beneath that picture is a line starting with every production is organized by. Mark this line as I am saying. Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital. As I just told you that when we are opening a factory or opening an institute or organization, we require 4 things: land, labor, physical capital and human capital, and which are known as factors of production. Means these are the factors which affect production in any given factory. Okay students? I hope you mark this. You found this answer beneath the picture on page number 2. Every production is organized till factors of production, which is highlighted in bold. Next, question number 5 on page number 4. So open your book on page number 4 and write the question, which is, what is yield? Spelling should be proper. Y-I-E-L-D. Okay, what is yield? Answer. Yield is measured as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. As I just told you before, in points to remember as well, that what is yield? It is measured as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. Mark this answer on page number 4, first line. Okay, yield is measured as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. Mark this answer here. So student, these were the internal questions of this chapter. 5 internal questions were there. I hope you marked them. You can pause the video whenever you require if you need time to write the question on the blank piece of blank page. Okay. Now let's discuss the classwork of Story of Village Palampur. Now I hope you have done this question answers in your CW copy. If you have not, then do so. Modern farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. Do you agree? Means modern farming methods like tractors and threshers. The question is asking, do they require more inputs? Okay, which are manufactured in industry. Do you agree with this or not? So let us see. Yes, modern farming methods require more inputs. आजकल जो हम farming methods use करते हैं, fertilizers, chemicals, insecticide, pesticides and modern machines, they require more input. How so? First of all, they require more fixed capital. What is fixed capital? Modern farming methods need tools, machines. Okay, modern farming जो method है, उनको tools और machines की जरूरत पड़ती है, which are threshers and tractors. All these are manufactured in industry. Tractors और threshers हैं, ये कहाँ बनते हैं? Industries में, factories में, right? Second point, more working capital. Modern farming also needs more working capital. It needs chemical, fertilizers, pesticides, etc., which are manufactured again in industry. Okay, so हम देखते हैं कि जो modern farming method है हमारा, जो नई तरीके से हम farming करते हैं, it requires more input, such as thresher and tractors, and also chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides. Okay, students, I hope you understood this question. Question number 3. How did the spread of electricity help farmers in Palampur? Now, in this story of village Palampur, we learned that after some time, electricity started in village Palampur. So, how did that affect the farmers? Okay, the start of electricity. जब पालमपुर में बिजली आने लगी लोगों के पास, तो उससे farmers, people who farm crop, उन पे क्या असर हुआ? Electricity has transformed the system of irrigation. First and foremost, irrigation means because जो crops होती हैं उनको उगने के लिए पानी चाहिए. Earlier farmers used to be dependent on rain. Okay, पहले वो rain पे depend होते थे पानी के लिए. But now because we have good irrigation system, good canal system in our country, electricity has transformed the system of irrigation. Now whenever a farmer wants to irrigate his field, he just needs to push one button and the entire field will be irrigated by water. Second, the Persian wheels are being replaced by tube wells. If you have seen old movies, you will know that पहले के ज़माने में पुराने लकड़ी के जो wheels थे उनको चलाया करते थे जिससे कि कुएं से पानी बाहर आता था. Those wheels were called Persian wheels. But now they have been replaced by tube wells. Tube wells, that's the borewell system. Okay, you just insert a motor in the ground, underground water, push one button, and the motor will suck the water out of the ground. Okay. Now, electric run tube wells can irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively. It is also saying that tube wells which are run by electricity can irrigate much larger areas of land. Now, it is also a cheap and pollution-free source of irrigation. Electricity is cheap and a pollution-free source of irrigation. I hope you understood this. Next question, is it important to increase the area under irrigation? Why? Should we plant more crops? Should we irrigate more land so that we can grow crops there? Why? Yes, it is important to increase the area under irrigation because तो आंसर में it is saying कि हाँ ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम एरिया को बढ़ाएं, जो irrigation area है उसको बढ़ाएं. Why? Because water is essential for agriculture. पानी जो है agriculture के लिए ज़रूरी है. With good irrigation facilities, it will be possible to do multiple cropping, helping to increase the output. अगर हम ज़्यादा एरिया में पानी देंगे, उससे क्या होगा? Irrigation facilities improve होंगी, multiple cropping possible हो पाएगा. Multiple cropping, as I just told you, it means when a farmer grows more than one crop on a single piece of land, helping to increase the output. Output here means yield. जो crop output आएगा harvesting season के बाद, जो फसल आएगी, वो है यहाँ पे output. Okay? Next question. What are the different ways of increasing production on the same piece of land? Use examples to explain. Means I have given one piece of land. Now what different methods can I use to increase my output, my yield? अगर मुझे एक ज़मीन दी जाती है और उससे बोला जाता है that I have to increase production on this land. What methods will I use? First and foremost method will be multiple cropping. What is multiple cropping? Under this method, more than one crop is raised on the same piece of land during a year. Means साल भर में एक ही ज़मीन पे there is one single piece of land and on that piece of land I am raising more than one crop. That is called multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. It is the most common way. Usually farmers engage in this activity. What they do is on a given piece of land they sow more than one crop. Okay. Now, we can also use to increase production, modern farming methods can also be used, such as under modern farming methods, HYVs and chemicals are used. Modern farming methods में I will use high yielding variety seed and chemicals to increase my output. HYV seeds are used in place of the traditional seeds to increase the production. HYV seeds are genetically engineered seeds, okay? They are chemically designed to produce more crop. Instead of traditional seeds, I will use HYV seed. अगर मुझे प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाना है अपनी ज़मीन का तो मैं क्या करूँगा? अच्छी क्वालिटी के हाई यील्डिंग वैरायटी सीड्स यूज़ करूँगा. Chemical fertilizers are used in place of cow dung and natural manure. Earlier people used to use cow dung and natural manure, okay, as fertilizer for their crop. But nowadays we have chemical fertilizers, okay, phosphate fertilizer, uric fertilizer and so on. Okay, whichever what farmers do today is they take a sample of a land and they take it to the laboratory. Okay, वो अपनी ज़मीन का एक मिट्टी का एक सैंपल लेते हैं, उसको लैब में लेके जाते हैं and then they figure out which chemical is lacking. Okay, which chemical is deficient in my soil and then they use that chemical fertilizer to increase production of their soil. Next point, insecticides, pesticides and irrigation through tube wells are used in modern farming methods. Earlier what used to happen, farmers didn't have enough support or enough resources to get rid of their disease or the insects which used to harm their crops. But nowadays we have good quality insecticides and pesticides. Insecticides are the chemicals which kill the insects in the crop and pesticides are the chemical they protect योर क्रॉप फ्रॉम डिजीज। अगर आपकी फसल में डिजीज लग जाती है तो पेस्टिसाइड से आप उसको बचा सकते हो। ओके, एंड इरिगेशन थ्रू ट्यूबवेल, आई टोल्ड यू दैट द मोर लैंड विल इरिगेट, द मोर प्रोडक्शन वी विल गेट फ्रॉम द लैंड। Then machines like tractors, harvesters and threshers are used to make the farmer's job easier and faster. Earlier what used to happen, पहले के ज़माने में, if a farmer is cultivating a large piece of land, he will require more laborers. उसको ज़्यादा मजदूरों की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी to harvest the land, to water it, to irrigate it, right? But nowadays we have modern machines like tractors, harvesters and threshers. These machines can be used instead of humans. Okay, this makes the farmer's job easier. First and foremost, बहुत easy हो जाती है farmers की job, and second, faster. These are some of the methods you can use to increase your production on a given piece of land.